Hello, I'm Somaye. We are going to continue talking about listening in IELTS exam. In the previous film that we were teaching these all challenges in listening exam, we talked about some challenges that we have in IELTS exam. But some of my students asked me that what are the sources that can we choose? You know that we have lots of challenges that you can choose, but the one which I experienced and during the early years I told to my students are these things which I tell you. The first one in previous unit was about audio comprehension. Okay, for the audio comprehension, I suggest you that try to watch TED or TED Ed. You see, in TED, mostly they are talking with American accent, okay? But in TED Ed, most of them try to talk about, try to talk with the accent of British and Australian, okay? Sorry, today I'm a little tired. Try to choose these things if you are going to watch something. The second one was about for this audio comprehension. The first one was about the accent. The second one was about the vocabularies. What should you choose for vocabulary? You see the Barron's essential words. This book writes about, I guess, 10 or 9 units about the headlines, which they are all in IELTS exam. All reading, writing, listening. Okay, maybe somehow in a speaking they choose somehow. I want you to study this book for words. The other one for vocabulary was about spelling. Okay, for spelling, I want you try to be focused on these things. The first one is about try to write incorrect. Okay, you will listen to the audio. You will listen to the audio. You find the answer. Now you try to write. So if now you make any mistake, you will lose the mark. Okay. The first one is about try to learn correct spelling. Correct frequently spelling. Okay. The second one is about correct the frequently misspelled. Okay, misspelled word. Uh, this third one is about learning the most important spelling. Okay, for these two you will study as many times as you can, and finally you can write the correct one. But the third one is about make mistake. For example, there are some words. Let me show. For example, s and h, we call it sh. Okay, but it is not a kind of mistake in IELTS exam, academic and general. I mean about, for example, EI or IE. How can you choose it? Or for example, SION or TION. Both are in the same sound, but which one of them should you choose? Okay? Try to write the correct one again. The fourth one is about learning the correct spelling for new words that we learn. Okay, for example, today, what do we learn? For example, today we learn about the barons. Okay, so how can I write it? Okay, it's very important about the repetitive sounds. Yes, For example, barons. Okay, how can we choose it? And how can we write it? Yes, for this one I told you that Baron's Essential Words is the best book in my experiences. The other one that we talked about was about I guess it was about the grammar. Let me see. Yeah, the other one in audio comprehension was about the grammar. What should you choose for grammar? About the book Grammar for IELTS. This is the best book that you can choose and study. The other one was about reading comprehension. Audio comprehension finished. So, for reading comprehension in the listening exam, you see, let me share my experience. It was about some reading book inside one. You see, reading inside. Inside reading books, you see, they are for academic IELTS exam. And if you are going to have academic IELTS exam and you want or you choose the band score 7 to 9, try to have these books, try to have it and read it, and both listen. It has the sound of it and a person who's read it for you, and it is very nice book. So how can you make it better in listening? So you can read a paragraph, so after that you can memorize it and summary. Try to say a summary for you yourself. It's about reading comprehension. And there is not, I guess, any other books which I was going to tell you. Reading comprehension, and about the sources, I do not remember anything. If you have any other new books for making better, try to comment it for me. I will say. The other one was about test wiseness, which I told you, paraphrases. So for paraphrases, I want you one by one, each of you try to make this category, okay? And try to write it for yourself. How many Cambridges do we have? We have 1 to 9 Cambridges. I want you try to have this category. Try to write paraphrases. For example, in the audio sentences, you can write this audio and what is the paraphrase, okay? In the audio, it mentioned, for example, it has been known for some times that those who eat insects, kennels, okay, be affected. How can we, for example, read it in the reading or in the question? It mentioned that it has also recently been found to affect birds which feed on, okay, feed on insects. See, feed on, we have those who eat. So, those who eat. We have feed on. The other one is about affected, both affected we had in both, okay, in both sentences. Or for example, the other one is about water. In audio, it mentioned water, but here we have something else. We have rivers and lakes. I want to make this for all the Cambridges and try to write it. You yourself. We have this one in the internet. Maybe your friends write it, but I want you yourself choose it and do it. The other question which my student asked me was about, I told you try to be multitasking. I mean, try to read and write, listen and write, listen and read, yes. But some of you ask me that how we can do it. If you have any problem while reading and listening, try to do it. Choose a kind of book that a person is reading and you are listening and you try to read by yourself, okay? For example, the listening is on. For example, those who eat, I do it now, water. Feed on rivers and lakes, yes? Try to have it, okay? Now you can be more powerful while you are reading and listening. The other question which I wrote was about just reading. For example, the first one, the first time, try to just read the questions, okay? Um, this is a kind of doing listening. The other one which I choose for you was about the very important part, which is multiple choice. How can you make better in multiple choice? Yes, the first one that you should do is about searching the word which you needed. Okay, for example, let me choose in this category. For example, in the question, we have the word water, rivers, and lakes. Okay, let me make a kind of example in the next movie.